Good evening and welcome to Sports Federation TV. My name is Alton Davids. I'll be your host. This is the show where we talk about a range of different codes of sport, brought to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation. Tonight's show is exciting. We've got some exciting sports on. We'll start with figure skating. Nick, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, Alton?
Good. Catherine, you good?
Very well, thank you.
Good, good. Nick, figure skating, for some people it's a fairy tale because they don't know how to skate. You guys are proficient at it. Give us the lowdown. What is figure skating? How does it work?
Oh, figure skating is it's a very technical sport. One of the tricky parts to it is that it's age-related. So as they progress through the ages, they go up in certain levels. So to start the sport late in life can be quite tricky because you're learning things as you're going along. So to get into it at a late stage can be prohibitive. But yeah, it's one of the sports where people put in a lot of training, perhaps more than a lot of people think. We're talking up to 6 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day. So it's quite intense.
Yeah. Catherine, Nick mentioned amount of training, but let's take a step back because I'll get to the training with you.
Okay.
How did you get into all of this?
My mom actually used to skate, and she really enjoyed it. She started quite late in life, so she did it more for fun, and she still did it into her early 40s, and she used to take me to the rink in the pram.
Yeah.
And I used to watch her skate, and I decided, oh, mom's having fun, I want to get on the ice too. So I've been doing it ever since I think the first time I stepped on the ice I was 2.5.
Sure.
So I've been doing it
That's
for
like
a very long
time ago.
Yeah, I can't remember not skating.
How much time do you spend on the ice?
I spend about 2 to 3 hours a day.
Every day?
Every day on the ice. Saturdays for about an hour, and Sundays I have a rest day. And then a lot of us don't just do skating as well. We'll do ballet, which is extremely beneficial. And then we call it off ice. It's basically gym, strength training, plyometrics, and a lot of stretching, of course.
Definitely. Stretching is one of the key factors for longevity.
Yeah.
Nick, Catherine spoken about the time on the ice. How restrictive is the time on the ice? Because you're based at Grand West.
Yes, that's
and they obviously need to commercialize it to a degree to subsidize what you guys do.
Yes.
So how often are you guys on the ice, and how does that whole process work?
Well, to give you an idea of how it works, is our rink it's run by a committee. It's a non-profit organization, and obviously running a rink costs a lot of money. And we have public skating, as anyone who's been there will have seen. That is pretty much what funds the running of the rinks. We've been very fortunate with the ice rink, in that we've been getting a lot more time than perhaps other ice rinks give their skaters. But still, we have to make way for certain public sessions throughout the day, which does mean that training can be tricky. The prime public skating time is straight after school, as well as in the evenings, which would be prime training time as well. For sure. So our skaters we have to work around these things. We've got early mornings from 5 a.m. is the first start. Then we have during the day. Our seniors do get a certain patch throughout the day, which is a 1 hour patch, where they get to skate without any public or without any junior skaters. And after that, it's back to public sessions. Then we do get a little bit of ice in the evenings, and then back to public sessions. So there is ice, but it's divided amongst lots of people, and especially the public sessions can be quite tricky. And it's at a time when a lot of kids are coming out of school, so that's when most of them would be wanting to train. And
then you've got the public ice, and you've got ice hockey, which also compounds your scenario to a degree, I would assume.
Yes, well, we have ice hockey, and they have certain mornings and evenings. We also have synchronized skating, which is a sport that's gone up and down. That's part of our federation. We have a team of up to 16 skaters on the ice competing as one unit. The issue with that is that they require the ice to themselves. They can't skate amongst other people like the solo skaters can do. So they need special ice time as well, which has to come out of somewhere. So that again, that impacts on everybody's ice. But we're making do, and I think we're luckier than some. But it is restrictive, and of course the school is the big thing. You know, people can't train in the middle of the day, a lot of them. So they're forced to skate in the high volume sessions,
which can be prohibitive if you're wanting to test your skill, as opposed to doing a twist amongst 20 other kids skating on the ice at the same time as you, Catherine.
Yeah, if the sessions are really, really busy, we obviously can't do as much or skate as fast, and practicing our routines can be challenging if there are a lot of people on the ice.
You mentioned earlier that your mom is involved. Is she your coach? How does the coaching system work? Do you have your own coach? Do you have a group coach? Explain that to me.
We're very fortunate in Cape Town to have quite a few coaches available, and I know for me I have a main coach, and normally people will do so someone who oversees everything you do, and then we have assistant coaches who will help as well on different aspects of your skating. And it's really nice when the coaches can work as a team, so everyone will have one or two coaches, and then we also have our gym coach and then ballet coach, and yeah.
Sure, it's a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
Take me through your routine, because you have as I understand it, a short program, a long program.
Yes.
How does, explain the difference between a short program and a long program first. Let's start there.
Okay, so our short program is slightly shorter than the long program, obviously.
Yeah.
And we'll have required elements that we need to complete. So in my section, which is the senior section, we have to do 3 jumps and 3 spins. And you'll have a required jump that you have to do, a certain kind of jump you have to do. And then also certain spins that you have to do. And then in the long program, it's longer. So for example, the short program will be about 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and the long program will be about 4 minutes, obviously depending on the section. Yep. And then in the long program, you have more freedom with what jumps you do. There are still a few requirements, but it's definitely, you know, more freedom, and yeah.
Who puts that? Who choreographs that program? Number one, and number two, who chooses the music? Because some of the music are very different, though, from what I've been to watch.
Yeah, well, I know mostly you would probably think of classical music. Yes. When it comes to skating. So after the Olympics in 2014, they changed the rule and allowed skaters to now have lyrics in their routines. So people have branched out. All skaters all over the world have started doing more pop songs, more songs that are in, and it's different, and it's kind of nice because you get used to the same classical. Yes. Over and over again. So that's definitely a change. But sometimes the skaters will choose their music, sometimes the coaches. For me, it's been sort of a collaboration. So my coach will find a few songs and then ask me which ones I like, yeah. Or I'll give him some ideas and he can sort of see, you know, where I'm going with it. And then choreography-wise, our coaches often do our choreography. We have a ballet teacher he works a lot with us on the ice as well, helping with choreography. So it's, yeah.
It's a musical collection.
Yeah.
Nick, how does one get involved in a skating or in a figure skating space? I know you have programs on a Sunday, you have programs during the week. Explain the club scenario to me.
Okay, so we have 2 clubs in Cape Town, namely Junior Blades, which runs on a Saturday morning, and we have Black Panthers, which runs on a Sunday morning. They both follow pretty much the same rules and structure. So what happens is you would start out in that club, and they would put the kids on the ice and at a very low level, and they would just teach them how to, I suppose, not fall over. And from there, they teach basic skating, and they go through grades like in school, but obviously at a little bit of a quicker rate than that, until the point where they start being eligible to do what we call medal tests, where they can qualify to compete in sections. And so from there, your options are basically to go into synchronized skating or to solo skating, dance or pairs, and that's how they get there. But the clubs, it's normally a couple of years where you kind of getting used to it and learning how to do certain things at a basic level before going on to getting a full-time coach and training as an athlete. So yes, we have 2 programs that are running. They're both quite well attended. They're quite reasonably priced as well, and it's a good place to get involved. And the nice thing about that is you can get started. Maybe you only want to skate once a month. Maybe you want to skate just for fun, and maybe you've got something that you want to take further on, and the clubs allow you to do that.
For sure. Tell me a bit about your championships you hosted, when was it, 2 weeks ago? 2
weeks ago we had our Western Province Championships. That's a competition that's held in Western Province for our own skaters. It doesn't include skaters from the rest of the country. And that's our annual championship. So the winners in their sections will be the Western Province champions for the year. That is the event where we select our team that competes at the SA Nationals, which is what is coming up next week. Over and above that, the people have to have qualified for this event. So even though the team is selected from the Western Province Championships, all skaters must have qualified previously.
Okay, so and on Monday night was the capping of these athletes who are going to represent Western Province at the Nationals.
Correct. Monday night was the official unveiling of the team, where all the newcomers were awarded their Western Province colours, and the people that have qualified in higher sections now have been awarded their stars, which you can see Catherine's got her gold star there. That's for the seniors.
Yeah.
So you get those at various levels that they go up. And yeah, it's the formal, just like you say, the capping of the team, and that's the team that will represent Western Province at the SA National Champs.
Okay. Let's take a look at what's coming this weekend. Let's check out this promo ad. Going to a figure skating championships is exciting. It's very different. It's glitz and glamour. Catherine and her family, as an example, spend tons of time and effort just on their outfit, Catherine. How long does it take you to get into that and makeup and all of those kinds of things? It must take it for a time.
Well, actually, okay, everyone is different. I think I'm pretty quick. But obviously it takes time, hair preparation before makeup. Obviously for us girls, we take a lot longer than the guys.
I wonder why.
And then, yeah, you know, our outfits, sometimes they're hard to get into. Yeah. But generally making the outfit, it can take months or a few weeks, depending on how fast your dressmaker is.
You know what's exciting for me when I come and watch your sport, and as an example, no disrespect to you or anybody else, but you'll do a jump and you'll fall, and everybody in the crowd will start clapping, and you'll get up and you'll carry on with your routine. How does that feel? How do people interpret that, or what's the rationale going through your head should you fall?
Yeah, to be honest, when I fall, I don't really worry about the audience. I don't think many of us do. You're so focused, and we've been trained to, if you fall, leave it in the past, get up, think what your next jump is or your next element is. Otherwise, if you carry that through your program, normally it just goes downhill. Yes. So yeah, it's sort of block out, just next.
because that's always interesting for me, Nick, is seeing a skater fall, and within a split second is back up, or she's back up, and they're doing their next jump, and they're down doing what they need to do, which is, like you say, it's a mental thing. Yeah. But you've been trained to do that. Yeah.
Figure skating is a very physical sport, as you know. It's also an incredibly mental sport, because for most of them, they're out there on their own. They're competing against themselves as well as against their competitors. There's all kinds of things at play. And they fall hundreds of times in a week. Yeah. So they're pretty strong and they're pretty robust. Yeah. And that's why what would take us maybe weeks to recover from, they recover from in seconds.
For sure.
So yeah, I mean they're incredibly tough. I mean it's quite a fallacy to say that figure skating's not a real sport, or that it's not an easy sport. Yeah. These are some of the fittest, strongest, most mentally strong athletes you will come across. And yeah, it's great getting to work with them and to see them grow from little kids right up to to this, and you show that they take a punishment every day, and they just get up and do it again.
Definitely. Give us the lowdown as to what's happening this weekend. Give us the times of ice, what's the cost to enter, all of those kinds of details.
Okay, so our South African National Championships are this coming week, as you know. The event starts on Monday, but that is mostly practice and preparation for that. The competition itself starts on Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. and again on Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. It runs right through until 10 p.m. at night. This is Western Province, Central Gauteng, Gauteng North and KwaZulu-Natal. All the provinces come together with their top skaters in all the sections, and they'll be competing to be crowned South African National Champion, both as a province and as individuals. And yeah, that's it. There's 2 sessions on the days. There's the afternoon and the evening session. For adults, the price is 75 Rand for a full session, so that'll be afternoon and evening, or 50 Rand for just the evening session. And for pensioners and kids under 12, it's 50 Rand for the full session and 30 Rand for the evening session only.
And if I get there, I can come to the door and buy entry right there and then? Or
Absolutely. There will be tickets on sale at the door.
Perfect. Are you ready, madam?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Are you going to come and show us in a few weeks' time that gold medal?
I hope so.
I hope so. I know so.
I will.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We look forward to being there this week and watching you perform.
Thank you.
Nick, thank you. Good luck. All the best. And we know it's going to be a successful competition. Western Province will bring back gold.
I'm sure it will. Thanks very much, Elton.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's take an ad break. We'll see you now.